Hello, Serge here from the back porch. Today I'd like to talk about a very special golfer that unfortunately passed away yesterday. And if you've been watching the Golf Channel or read your newspapers today or even regular sports on all your local channels, you would have very likely heard that Seve Ballesteros, one of the greatest golfers of all time, member of the World Golf Hall of Fame, passed away yesterday from, I guess we could say, complications from his brain cancer. He'd been fighting it for years, and finally it took him yesterday from us. And I'd like to do this as a tribute to Seve because he is without a doubt one of the greatest there ever was, especially in the short game. And again, if you were watching the news, you probably heard a lot of tributes to him and testimonials to him and comments about him from people who were close to him and played a lot of golf with him. Now, I've never personally played with Seve, but fortunately I was able to watch him play golf for at least 20 years and saw some of the greatest things that ever happened with him in short game. But before I get into talking to him about being a short game wizard, I've heard stories being out on tour the many years I was there, and so I'd like to pass this one on because it talks about him as a fierce competitor. Again, Golf Channel commented about his great career in the Ryder Cups. I believe he played on 7 or 8 or 9 teams, whatever, and he and Jose Maria Lazabal had the best win record for team competitions. You know, where they had the 2 balls and the 4 ball matches, and just a great competitor, fierce competitor. And the story I've heard at least twice, and I just heard it recently, but I can't remember who actually told it to me and who the player involved was. But as you all know, and it was stated many times yesterday, Seve was really wild with the driver. He was like, I guess, Captain Kirk in the Starship Enterprise. They said he hit golf balls where no man has ever gone before. But the unbelievable thing about Seve is he could get back from there and get back and make pars and birdies. And so I think that playing out of a lot of bad lies, he was, I guess the best way we could say it was, he was tough on giving relief if you asked him for relief, even though you thought it was a slam dunk to get it. And the story I heard was that one time in a tournament, a player got to a ball, and he was there waiting for Seve to show up. And when Seve came, he started questioning him about getting a drop for this from this ball position. And it looked obvious that it would be one. So he went through a number of things and kept saying to Seve, okay, can it be dropped over there and get relief over there? He said, nope. Well, how about over there? Nope. How about over there? Nope. And he went through 4 or 5 scenarios where that ball could be dropped, very likely if it was to get relief. And at the end, when it was all over, he said, so this ball has no place to be dropped to get relief from it. You will not get relief. And Seve said, correct. And he said, okay, well, it's your ball, play it. And so I guess he tricked him in, and it was obvious Seve was very tough to get relief from. So I guess he was really emphatic about playing the ball where it lies, because he played it from some really strange places where he hit it, as I've already previously stated. The second one I want to tell you about, the story I want to tell you about, only happened yesterday. In fact, I heard it, and it's just so phenomenal. I just gotta pass it on. Yesterday at the Wells Fargo Championship at Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, I followed DJ for the whole round, and he was paired with Robert Allenby. And we got done a little late because there was a delay in starting because of fog, and we had very late, I guess you could say, lunch brunch. And we were sitting at a table in the grill room, and it was a big round circular table, and there was at the table was DJ, Richard Johnson, Robert Allenby, me, my brother Ken, and Jack Moore, who also comes out with us and works with us on putting, and DJ on putting. And as we're having lunch, the Golf Channel is on, and they start a tribute to Seve Ballesteros, and they start talking about his wild drives and then how great a short game he has. And I mean, I know you've all heard me both in writing and heard me here on any daily videos I do, and as well as in some of my regular videos, that if you really want to cut strokes and really and start shooting the lowest scores, yeah, you need to hit the ball better, but ultimately what you need to become is a short game wizard. Well, Seve Ballesteros wasn't just a short game wizard, he was the master super short game wizard. They say without a doubt there was nobody better than him, and there's been a lot of great guys with great short games, and we heard from a couple of them they said they had great reputations for a short game, and Seve was a master compared to them. And when that came up, Robert Allenby, who played the European Tour mostly, he's from Australia, plays the Australian Tour, European Tour, and those other ones before he made it here to the United States. He said he got paired a lot with Seve. And one time in 1992, back when he was either a rookie or one of his first couple years on tour, He said he was paired with Robert in the tournament. In the third round, he shot 66 and Seve shot 67, and they were tied for the lead and going to be in the last pairing on the very next day. So he's going to be Seve's major competitor to winning a tournament. And when they walked off the green, and at some point Seve said, I'm going to go to the bunker and practice. Would you like to come along? I could show you a few things. So Robert, being pretty darn smart, knowing how good Seve was, he said, absolutely. So they went over there, and Robert said, he told us, he said, Seve put on a demonstration that would blow your mind. He said it started out more as a demo to me, and I was free to ask all kinds of questions. And he said he started out with a wedge, sand wedge, and went in there, and the pin they were hitting to, the bunker had a fairly good sized lip in front of it to a slightly elevated green, but you could see it. It wasn't so high that you couldn't see it. And the flag was only about 12 feet on the green. And he said Seve started out with a sand wedge, opened it up, and started hitting a few shots up on the green, and every shot was just landing on the green and stopping real quick, just short of the hole, so he still had a nice little uphill putt. And then after the sand wedge, whether it was a lob wedge or a sand wedge, he then went pitching wedge 998 and Robert said he went through the entire bag, hitting from that spot to that flag, even to the point of a 3-iron, as we've heard the stories that when he was a little boy, the first club he ever got was a 3-iron, and he used to go down the beach and hit sand shots with a 3-iron, opening him up and learning to do that. And Robert said, I had heard those stories, but I didn't, really think that it could be, you could really do it. And he said he got the 3-iron, he laid that thing so wide open, and just poof, went right under it and up in the air, and right on the green, right with all the other balls just short of the hole. From the sand wedge all the way to the 3-iron, every club in the bag hit it out of that bunker. We saw him yesterday on TV kneeling under trees and taking a swing like around like that and whacking it up near the green. We saw him hitting balls into the bank and bouncing up on the green. The guy was a magician. And Robert, and as Robert was telling that story, DJ asked the question. He says, well, did he change his setup? And Robert said, yes, absolutely. As he got less loft on the club and had to open them up more, he backed off and he got down a little bit lower, which is something I teach about bunker shots, so you can so to speak scoop or slide the club under the ball better, opening the face even more to get it up. But I tell you what, I've heard those stories about a 3-iron out of the bunkers, and it never resonated with me. But I'm going to tell you what, since Robert said he saw it, and he saw it doing more than once, I'm going to take a 3-iron. I'm going to have to put one back in my bag now because I've taken it out years ago. I'm going to put a 3-iron, or at least I'll go in with a 4-iron and see if I can't open that up and get it up on out of the bunker on the green. But the man was a genius. He had a great personality. He was one of the most outward emotional guys on a golf course you've ever seen, and the tributes just keep coming in, and it's well deserved. He's a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame, and it's just so sad to see that he's been taken from us so soon, and in fact that we never really got a chance to see him on the Champions Tour, which would have been great to see him keep doing his wizardry. But the world's lost one of the greatest golfers and greatest showmen and greatest wizards of the short game that's ever played the game, and it's sad, but I guess it happens to us all. And I guess the best tribute was given by one of the professionals, touring professionals. I don't remember who, and he said, well, I guess God needed a short game, and that's why he took Seve. So let's all say a prayer for Seve and his family, and we know that he's in a better place and probably still doing his magic with his short game today up in heaven. So thankfully we all got to see Seve. Let's keep him in our prayers. And with that, I'll close for today, and just with a great tribute to Seve Ballesteros, one of the greatest players and short game wizards that ever played the game of golf. That's it from the Surge from the Back Porch, and I'll be talking to y'all again soon.